Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm joined by Brett from Trinity Financial. So glad to have you back on the set. And today we're going to be talking about retirement. Getting ready for retirement. Right. And I have to ask the question I told you before, I need to know, how do I make my money last? I feel like is that a common question?
Yeah, I mean, when you reach retirement, it is. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the most important questions is people say they don't want to run out of money before they run out of time. Yeah. Right? So there's many different things that we take a look at. Number one, what's it going to cost you to live? That's the base of every plan, whether it's your age or someone at retirement. Is how much it costs you to live is the basis of all planning. Right. Okay, so we have to plan for that.
Yeah, and assuming just reading, it's best to start early. When would you say is the best to get looking into setting everything up when you're getting ready for retirement?
So again, the sooner the better.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as people get a job, there are rules in place, but they should start contributing to the 401k and taking advantage of that company match.
Absolutely.
The younger the better. When to start planning for the transition into retirement, when to start to structure things, ideally 5 years before.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's when we see when we have our workshops, our retirement workshops, people that are there 3 to 5 years, it gives us time to meet many times before we reach that stage. Mm-hmm. So we're able to start putting things into place, even to talk about not only how long is your money going to last, where do you want your money to go after you pass? I mean, it gives us time to put all those things into place. Unfortunately, most people start planning 9 months to a year before retirement. And we can still make all those plans, but it's just we're putting some things into place after they retire, mainly how to allocate the assets.
And even, let's say you said 3 years, wonder if I started saving late. Is that something that you run into and you kind of have to plan for?
Yeah, I mean, here's the good news. We just met with someone this week that's a good friend. He's in his late 30s. And from world experience, when your children leave the house, that's when most people start really focusing on retirement. Okay. So, think about mid-40s, late 40s, that's when you have the discretionary income. That's when you can start loading up on the savings, reducing the debt, which is the most important part of going into retirement debt-free. Yeah. So, I mean, ideally, in all the textbooks, you want to start when you're 21, 22, out of college. Most people don't start really focusing on the savings until their late 30s.
Right. And I assume some expenses are expected to change when you go into retirement, right? So what do you expect to usually stay the same or maybe fluctuate?
So again, a misconception is that it used to be, your lifestyle was going to drop 20 to 30% at retirement. We don't see that. We plan for retirement actually to increase. Yeah. Because now you get to do your bucket list. You get to do the traveling. You get to go see the grandkids. You get to take care of the grandkids. I've yet to see anyone's expenses drop substantially at retirement. So we plan for the status quo, what they're earning, or even to increase 10 to 15%.
Right, absolutely. And I also want to talk about coordinating retirement income sources, like let's say a 401k. Mm-hmm. How does all of that look when you're planning? So
the base we start with is Social Security, because most everyone's going to be entitled to that. We put those strategies in place, then we start backfilling if they have a pension. And then if they don't have a pension, then it has to come from a 401k, IRA, or the savings. The taxation, which we're going to get into later this month, is also a key part, right? Because Social Security is tax favored, but it is the base for most people's retirement plan.
Absolutely. And what about longevity risk? What's the plan to avoid running out of money?
Well, that's why they're working with us, is to make sure they don't run out of money. Longevity risk is really not a risk, it's a blessing, right? I mean, if we're blessed to live that long. I've been doing this for 40 years, and when I started in '86, most people didn't live past age 70, that we're working with. Yeah. And now they're living into their 90s and 95, and still coming into the office and meet with us when they're in their 80s. Yeah. So longevity is quote unquote a concern. Again, it's a blessing, but we have to plan for that money to last 30 to 35 years.
Absolutely. And I want to bring up, just so for those who are watching at home know, you're hosting a Social Security and Medicare informational workshop. If you kind of want to talk about that quickly, if they want to get involved.
This week, Tuesday, Thursday, Rockford Public Library, East Branch, starts at 6. You can go to our website, trinityifs.com, and register, or you can call our office at 815-288-5800 and get more information.
Absolutely. Well, Brett, it's always great talking to you.
Thank you,
so
Alyssa.
much. And if you want to learn more, just look at your screen. There's a number and a link to the website. But we will be back after the break.